In this video, we're going to go ahead and assemble the base onto the top. And it's fairly simple here inside of Fusion. But we want to have these parts completely linked together. And what I mean by that is we want them to kind of talk to one another. If I make a change on this step one, it automatically makes changes on the other ones. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to make the full container over here that I named this component active. And I'm going to split, there's one body. I'm going to split that body into a few other bodies. So to do that, I'm going to go to Modify here and Split Body. I'm going to select the only body that's available. And the splitting tool is actually going to be this surface right here. And then I'm going to choose OK. And now I have two different bodies, this one and this one. And this one happens to be my base. So I'm going to right click over here and say Create Component from Body. And we're going to say, I'm going to call this Base. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing one more time. Modify, Split Body. We're going to split the other side. And this time we're going to select this face and click OK. And now this new body here, we're going to create a component, and we're going to call this one Top. Now, if we'd like to, we can right-click this body, create a component from it, and that last component we will call Clamp. It's kind of where you clamp it in the vise. So I have the base, I have the clamp, and I have the top. I could scoot this one up if I would want to, but that's the three different components that I now have. I'm going to go ahead and save this and open up a new design, and we'll call this design right away. We'll save it, and I will save it as the same thing I saved before. This time I'm going to call it Step 2. Now you may call it base and lid together, whatever you would like to call it. In my case, I'm just going to call it that. Maybe you give yours a unique name if you'd like to. Now in my data panel, I'm going to drag Step 1 into Step 2. Why would I do that? Well, the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to make some changes in this Step 2 one, and so but I still want it, as you can see, linked to one another. All right, let me hide my data panel and get to work. I'm going to go down here to the full container, and I'm going to hide the clamp. I don't need that. By hitting that little I, and I'm going to go ahead and use Joint to assemble these together. Very simple. We just got to find two spots that are going to touch one another. So let's try to say this top right here. I'm going to select this entire face, and specifically this portion right at the top. I'm going to go over to this side, select this face and this portion right here, and boom, they are now rigid and joined to one another. Okay, go back to my home view, and there's my assembled container.